Shit ring.
Shit ring.
Shit ring.
Shit ring.
Shit ring.
What's going on, guys?
Hi, welcome to the Spark and Plug Talks episode 12. I know that because Jared's not here, so I knew I had to take it upon myself to know what episode number it was. It's definitely 12, and we are here with the dudes from Limp Wizurdz.
What's up?
Hello.
Go ahead and go down the line. Tell us
Yeah.
who you are.
I'm
Yeah.
Taylor Dalton Young. I sing in Limp Wizurdz and I play bass.
I'm Jeffrey Simmons. I play guitar in Limp Wizurdz.
Hey, I'm Frankie. I play guitar in Limp Wizurdz.
I'm gonna change it. I'm Jeff. I play guitar in Limp
And then
Wizurdz.
I'll do Rod. Rodrigo couldn't be here, so I'm going to do him. I'm Rod. I play drums in Limp Wizurdz and I work at a gas station.
That's pretty close. That's pretty close.
Is that what he sounds like?
It's probably a little exaggerated,
Just a little.
But it's pretty close.
but it's pretty close.
Well, awesome, dudes. Thanks so much for coming out. I appreciate you guys coming out and playing for us and making that drive out here. I know sometimes it's always like, if you haven't been out here, it's kind of that fleeting feeling of like, where am I going? And then you get out here and you're like, oh, cool. It's just like some dudes in a building.
The GPS stopped me halfway
down
down
the road.
the road, and I was like, okay, so I'm screwed now. Like, I guess I'm
Lost
just,
forever.
Here we go.
The last person we had out was like, the GPS did the same thing. Took him to like that open field down there. And he like called me and was like, Are we shooting a podcast in a field? I mean, that's cool.
It was like
But,
a
like,
Mountain
I was
Monsters
like-
episode. Some guy came out and was like, "Get on my land, boy!"
Yeah, I was like, no, keep coming. But he found it, and that was a good episode. But yeah, thanks. You know, I've said it before, but thanks again for coming out, guys. Really appreciate it. Thanks for playing for us. Limp Wizurdz just got done playing four badass songs for us, and it's like I was telling them, man. It's always whenever I'm filming somebody perform, it's always really hard to like not get into the performance as a player myself. So like, hopefully on the video, there's not just like some headbanging and stuff going on, like you could tell from the camera. But well, let's start with you guys' music. I know who was the fourth guy that can't be here?
Rodrigo.
Rodrigo. Okay,
Rodrigo,
I know
yeah.
Rodrigo can't be here, but we'll start with just Limp Wizurdz. I mean, how you said you guys been playing for like basically all of eternity. You know, like
You guys grew up
12,
together and stuff.
13 years, something
Yeah,
like that.
I've known Taylor since I was in second
Second
grade,
grade.
and he was in first grade. We went to the same daycare.
Daycare.
He's kind of the reason. Like before that, I listened to like top 40 stuff, TRL.
Nice.
Good Charlotte was the first
They're
band
top
he showed
40
me.
though, but
Yeah,
to
okay,
us, that
but
was
during the
punk.
time. So like that was the first time I was like, okay. And then he played guitar. I started playing guitar, and then 2012 was that the first iteration of it.
Yeah, we listened to a lot of like, or I did. I don't know if Jeff really got into it, but like there was this band called the Dead Milkmen who made like just stupid ass parody songs. And I don't know, Jeff, what did we do? We kind of wanted to make our own, like, we wanted to make fun of Limp Bizkit, basically.
I think we were actually listening to Tenacious D.
That too. Yeah, that's
and
another big
we were
influence.
like, we play like it was like a long weekend or something. We're like, let's just record a bunch of stuff. My dad used to wake us up to Limp Bizkit, chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water.
Starfish.
You know, in the intro, there's the robot where it's like, this is reality.
Yeah.
He'd wake us up at like 5 a.m. and turn that shit on. So we were like,
So that's where the name.
Your dad sounds
Limp-
cool as fuck.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
Oh yeah.
He,
Big Jeff
is he an
awesome.
ex-Guantanamo Bay guard?
But so that's where the name came from, and that initial stuff was just goofy, kind of fuck off stuff. And
we wrote an EP about Oklahoma City meteorologist Gary England, and that's kind of what really kicked it all off for us. That was our big first.
You know,
step.
What
was,
an inspiration.
That's kind of a similar story about how the studio band, Dale and I have a kind of Steely Dan-esque band here at the studio called Moses and the Long-Legged Emus. And when I was like, man, I just want like a studio band so we can just do whatever the fuck we want. We don't have to worry about genres. And I want to call it Walter Cronkite in the League of Magical Discovery. And he was like, wow. Yeah, we can't do that.
Yeah,
I was like, fuck.
I was like, even if we don't get like, which we won't, like even if we get no traction with this thing, play no shows ever, and we just like upload it to Spotify so we can listen to it in 20 years and show our kids like, look at we were dicking around, back. They're gonna Walter Cronkite is
He's gonna sue
his
us.
estate
Yeah,
is
he's
gonna
gonna
find us and be like, You guys think
It's
you're
somehow-
fucking cool?
Take
Yeah.
that
Huh?
shit
You think you're
down.
fucking tough?
And somehow we settled on the name Moses and the Long-Legged Emus with the umlaws all over the O's and shit. There's a
Oh,
random
yeah.
O with a slash in it. It's
I
a
had a
huge
guy
pain
get-
in the dick to upload songs. I gotta like type. I remember all the key
All the
commands
special
and
characters.
shit to like get the key commands in there.
I had a guy get like really on Facebook one time. He was like, 2 umlaws, not funny. Like he just comment. I was like,
Wait, did he really
Thanks,
say
very
that?
yeah.
serious,
He was like,
bro.
1, ironic. 2's not funny. I was like, what?
Because we have an umlaw on the O and the umlaw on the U of emus. Emus. And like,
Yeah, I was just like, God damn, people really don't got shit better to do.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Never even met that motherfucker.
Well, he doesn't like you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
feelings mutual.
Taylor and
Bitch.
Taylor and Frank and Rod, they all went to school together.
Yeah, I moved around a lot, and I ended up in I was in Oklahoma City, then I moved to Moore, then I moved back to OKC. Eventually, I landed in Norman, and I met Rodrigo in like a 7th grade math class, and he was just like my first friend in Norman. And then Rod and Frank were like mutual friends. And
We played in the orchestra together for like
Oh, sick.
middle school, high school. So Rod played upright bass. I played the violin. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
What, dude? You still play violin? Or you kind of
no,
dropped it since
No,
then?
yeah, I kind of dropped
He
it.
can
Oh
rip the
damn! I
piano,
was gonna
though.
say, dude. Like, man.
Uh,
Oh,
How
you
long
play
have you guys
piano, though?
been playing with each other? Like,
fuck.
So Limp Wizurdz.
that sounded really weird.
Jeff.
Playing with each other.
And he said, "Oh fuck."
Yeah, we've been playing a long time.
I'm leaving now. No, so me and Taylor and Rod started jamming together in like 2010, summer 2010. Rod picked up the drums around that time, and I started picking up the bass around that time. And we were just doing like Nirvana covers and
Incubus.
Green Day covers.
Hell
The
yeah.
good shit.
And then I think 6 months or a year sort of after Taylor and Jeff started Limp Wizurdz, Rod and I joined on as well as a rhythm section. And then over the years, Taylor and I have actually switched from bass to guitar as well. So
Okay.
I used to play bass, he used to play guitar.
That's really cool. You guys stay
Yeah.
together this
It's
long.
been you 4,
Mhm.
basically. That's
Yeah.
it, right?
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
We've had little short periods where like Rod has like he's gone on tour with another band or been out of town or so. Like we've played with like 2 drummers
Yeah.
here and
Yeah.
there, just like short stints, like
Yeah.
a month, but we've never. I think for like 3 months we had 5 members. Rod went to guitar for like
That was
yeah,
weird,
fucking
yeah.
weird. Rod went to guitar for like 5.
we don't talk
shows.
about that time.
Yeah, it was a weird time. Weird time.
It
It's our
always just
exploratory period.
it always just worked out that us 4 together we write easier. I say this all the time, but we got no problem cussing someone out 1 second and be like, I'm fucking an idiot, dude. I'm sorry. That
Yeah.
wasn't that bad of an idea.
So you guys, do you write all your songs together? Is that how it was always kind of been, or?
Musically,
Well, no, I'd say it just kind of depends. I mean, I don't know. It's always kind of changing. Sometimes we
Yeah.
write together. Sometimes I'll have a full song. Sometimes Taylor will have a full song.
Occasionally,
And,
Rod will.
Rod will write some
basketball.
stuff
Rod
on
wrote.
guitar.
Yeah, we have a song called Basketball that Rod pretty much wrote like 90%, like lyrics included.
So it's
and he
pretty
wrote a lot of-
organic, though. You guys
Just whoever has an idea.
Yeah,
We try
that's
to
really
just
cool.
run with
Yeah,
it.
that's awesome.
like this last record, it was during the pandemic, so we weren't really playing shows. So we were like, all right, we're all locked in the room. I think that this last one in particular, we wrote a lot of the stuff. Maybe there was ideas pulled from here or there. Like Frankie will have a riff that he's had for 2 years, and it's like, all right, we're gonna bust something out with this or something,
Mhm.
maybe.
Yeah.
And then from that, it all gets reworked and
You guys have like a
Goes through
song,
opinions and
you
stuff.
know,
Yeah.
you guys like sound check too, and it's just like some random noodling or something like that, and song comes out of that. That's
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. That's a really cool way, because like I think the pandemic forced a lot of people who write songs and shit to kind of confront how they write songs and like share that process with a lot of, whether it be bandmates or other songwriters and stuff. That seems to be the running theme when we talk to people about that time, is like, yeah, I never really wrote a bunch of songs with other people, but like, what else was I
Mhm.
supposed to do?
Right.
Yeah.
So better or worse, it seemed to work out for a lot of
Definitely.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was kind of cool because like I'm out of the band, I'm definitely the one that's like the perfectionist that wants to take like the most time on everything.
Mhm.
I'm like, we need to let it simmer and sit here for fucking 6 years and let everything. And now so at that time it was perfectly acceptable to be like, yeah, let's work on the same song for a fucking year.
Yeah.
And now like that's over. Like we live in like a very content driven space. That's just
Yeah.
music and that's just entertainment as a whole. It's like you got to keep putting shit out. You got to stay relevant. And me, it's like I want to just sit back and just like really just stew it up. And I'm like, well, we can't just sit for too long.
Yeah,
You know,
no, it's hard. It's a really fine line between like doing things just enough, not overdoing them, but then not like underdoing them and not doing them. Shit's hard, man.
Hard
yeah,
balance.
it's a weird
Yeah.
balance because everybody wants to run with it, but you want to be like, oh, let's bring it back a little bit. We can make this better, you know?
Mhm.
Gotta fucking fly. Flying
yeah,
on
but
my
then you
leg
start
right
like looping on yourself. Like it's like, well, is it already better? Like, am I making it worse?
When
you
I do
know?
when I do
It's
like
hard,
when
man.
we've done like Moses stuff and I've gone home and mixed it, I have a horrible habit of like uploading it to my phone and just listening to it on repeat in my car. I'm like, that fucking snare overtone in the second verse. It's right there and I can hear it and it sounds like shit. And Dylan's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well,
I'm
it's
like,
also just
I know what I'm talking about. I know I hear it. It's there. I have like a fucking whiteboard in my room and shit. I'm like stringing shit
they're on the
out
lines
it.
and everything.
Yeah.
It's like even the recording process itself is like if you're not careful, you can build up just like a shitload of resentment. It's somebody who like, you know, maybe they didn't have time to practice that part or whatever, and it's just like we all did our parts, you know, you did, and it's like it's so hard to balance all that shit, you know, and then still come out on the other side like totally cool. But it's dope that you guys. How many albums have you guys?
That's a point of contention. We were talking about this like 3 weeks ago
Yeah,
because we
were.
have.
We have five. We have five
I'll let
together with
Frankie
the
do
four of us, and then there's a couple that Jeff and Taylor have released
Oh, okay, cool.
together. So
I don't know if I'd really count those though. Those are
But
Like,
still
is
a
it-
pretty
is-
large body of
Yeah,
work.
like
though.
is it canon? I guess maybe.
Yeah.
But it's like
it was literally done on Audacity with a Rock Band mic and a Tascam DP08 with a Rock Band mic, and it was like we were in like 9th grade. So I don't know.
without that though, we wouldn't be playing, you know. So it's
Yeah,
like-
for sure, man.
And then like when Rod and Frank came in, that's when it was really like we played a show at like a place called the Parish. Was that like the like the
oh yeah, we did the benefit like donation or
we threw a benefit show. We booked it ourselves.
Charity
We used to do a
show.
lot of our own booking. We still do technically, but we used to like throw our own shows. Like didn't use a promoter or anything. And our first show was at this place called the Parish. It was a church in the Plaza District in Oklahoma City, and it was like I think it was a food drive. Like if you brought canned food, you could get in. And we had like 12 bands over like 12 hours, and we played, and I think we fucking sucked. But
it was cool. But I was gonna say that was the first point where I was like, oh shit, like we're a band. Like we're not just making silly songs
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
It's like
Stuff.
no, like
We're
our friends were there
kinda trying to play
jamming. Like
live.
yeah, we're cool now. Like
Mm-hmm.
so from there, I feel like some of like the poop fart songs or whatever, those kind of dissipated, and then we're like, let's write better
Let's write
shitty
real
music. Yeah,
music.
better shitty music. You know.
It's just unfortunate we got stuck with the name, right?
Yeah, we all got the tattoo now too. So
Well,
we're screwed.
that's the funny thing too is like I feel like at one point in time, we had just a bunch of different groups and bands, but it was all just the same members.
Mhm.
So at one point, it was like we just need to kind of like pick one and just stick with it. And
Yeah.
Limp
Just
Wizurdz,
happen to be the
man,
one.
so,
Yeah, hell yeah, man. That's dope.
and we
Yeah, you
spell
always hate your name.
we spell Wizards wrong too, which we don't really have an answer for other than the fact that Limp Bizkit
It
spells
looked cool,
biscuit
man.
wrong.
Yeah,
With
that's
Z's.
exactly why.
Z's.
You guys are
baby.
more influenced by Limp Bizkit than you know.
It's
Yeah.
horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Seeping into our brains, into your hot dog flavored water. Yeah. Well, cool. So you guys have been playing a long time. That's obvious, easy to say. But so you probably played bajillion shows, right? So you got any like there's got to be some crazy show stories or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Not really.
No.
No, they've all been pretty cool.
They're pretty conservative.
They're all
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Frankie,
you know.
Frankie actually just went back through and tried to catalog a lot of our shows, so he has it on like a spreadsheet.
Oh wow,
it's
very
fun,
cool, man.
It's
trying
fun
to
to
go
go
back
through there, and yeah, you'll shit, that's right, and all these things will come up. The first thing that I thought of when he was talking about a funny thing that happened at a show was the Texas one where you busted my eye open.
Oh, geez. The first time out of state.
Is that why you said
Yeah,
I gotta
first
get away
time
from
in
his head
Texas.
stock?
Yeah. No, we were loading out, and we all have we were carrying around big old Marshall cabs and stuff, and I was leaned over, and Frankie chucked it up to pick it up and just lacerated my eyebrow right there.
Oh shit.
Only time I ever been knocked out, and everyone's like, "Dude, you're good. You're bleeding. Don't freak out." I'm like, "Holy shit, what happened?" But the best part of the story is, as we're crossing over back in Oklahoma, we were like, "What a better time to stop at DW's?" and look at some of these sex toys or something. So I'm walking in there, just blood all over me, my eyes split, and you could tell the
Hey, how
guy
you
working.
doing?
Yeah, he's like, "What the fuck is going on right now?"
I mean,
We were
it's
like
like real
9
kinky shit.
And we were
man.
like 19 and probably looked like kids. He was like, we need IDs. Yeah, but Jeff doesn't like Texas because there's been a couple. I think the time after that, we were supposed to go play in Texas, and we were leaving Frankie's house, and Jeff dropped a cymbal bag on his fucking toe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit!
I
Almost
almost
cut
cut
his-
my toe off.
I was telling you about that cymbal bag, man.
Yeah,
you need to get that
dude, it'll
fixed
get
before
you,
it lands
man.
on somebody's
God
foot.
So
damn.
we had to cancel that show.
You start looking at how much force you can generate just from gravity. That thing was up 6 feet and landed right on his toe, man. He's
Yeah,
like,
and I
he
was
didn't-
wearing some
didn't lose the
slip-ons.
toe, yeah.
Jeff, are
Oh.
you like the center of all the shittiness? Because Dylan's the center of our shittiness. Dylan
Yeah.
always gets fucked up.
Yeah, somehow I get really
Some of it's self-inflicted for sure, but yeah, no. Trying to think. What were some other highlights? Because there's plenty. It's now I'm on the spot.
I'm trying to think.
Well, I mean, Frankie was telling me just a minute ago about how y'all played with, and this isn't like I don't know, it could be cool or crazy or whatever, but y'all played it in 2015 out in Amarillo with Knocked Loose, and that was before
Hey,
they like,
other
blew up.
Texas story, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like they're just going around playing all kinds of shit now, you know.
Yeah, and it was weird because like I would wager. I could be wrong. Maybe they thought we were the fucking sickest band they've ever seen, but I would be surprised if they remember that show. But we definitely do.
Yeah, well, I mean, shit,
it was just
man,
weird
you know?
because, like you said, they're fucking huge now. And at that show, there was like nobody.
Yeah,
there.
Frankie said it was like
10
there wasn't,
people showed
That's
up,
so
maybe
wild,
12
man.
people, like.
and then like it's like Turnstile, you know. It's just like
Yeah.
you don't even hear of them, and then it's like, oh yeah, they're like the third band down at Suwannee.
Well,
or
that
whatever.
Turnstile, they were like in the Baltimore scene. They were like in that shit
They're there for a long
hardcore for like
time,
10 years before they got any kind of traction. You know.
I remember listening to like Nonstop Feeling just like start to finish
Yeah.
over and over again. Like
they
when that
definitely
came
had like a
out.
cult following before
Mhm.
they kind of blew up.
Now, yeah, they're on the radio all the time and stuff.
I
which
saw
is-
them in
which is cool. It's
2015
weird.
at I think it's called the Hall of Herman Hall in Dallas. It's like this upstairs room above some bigger venue in Deep Ellum, and that was fucking crazy. And I can always look back at that and be like, oh, I saw Turnstile before.
That's
they were
dope, man.
So do you guys have like a band that, as far as like their live presence, that you guys kind of draw from? Like,
Dude, I would say Turnstile would be one, but I don't know if we really relay that. But our shows can get kind of rowdy like that sometimes.
Get a little rowdy.
you guys
yeah.
have a lot of energy. And
Yeah, I was like, that's what I'd hope it would be for sure.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what we can hope for.
I don't know because I used to play, like Frankie said, I used to play guitar and he played bass, so I used to be more of a standalone front man. Like I could come off the
could, yeah,
guitar
he could drop the guitar down. So
and
we had some trash talk vibes going at times. You know, just like Taylor jumping in the pit and trying to incite
Jumping
a
off of
riot
shit.
and stuff.
well, you play a 6-string bass now, so you're kind of bridging the gap. You know.
Mhm.
yeah, but that 6-string bass is really new. I got that like a month ago, so this was
Oh,
actually
right
the
on.
second performance with it, and I don't
Mhm.
know if I love it or hate it, but it's a
Sounds
cool
cool.
it's a cool.
You've definitely
gap.
got a relationship.
yeah. There's something there, hopefully. So, let's think.
What-
Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good. Yeah, what other bands are like? Do you guys? Yeah, especially live. What other bands do you look for influences, or maybe you're like, we need to spice things up, and you type this band in the YouTube bar or something like that.
So again, I don't think we relay it, but I admire their creativity and their willingness to like break the boundary between performer and crowd. That sounds really pretentious, but The Garden. I don't know if you guys have heard of them, but they're fucking really weird. They're these twin brothers from California that dress up like
It's like-
clowns.
It's like
Is that the guys that play with
bass
like,
and drum.
They play like in a little
but
box or something.
They might.
No,
I've
I
never
know.
seen
I know
them
who
do
you're
it.
talking about. That's
I know,
like clowncore or something.
yeah.
I know what that is. That's like some Adult
That's
Swim
crazy.
shit.
Okay, because
Yeah,
I just saw
okay.
that some guy like plays like a fiddle or some shit, or he plays a flute or something, and they like yell and shit.
And the drummer's like,
Yeah,
The blast beats.
it's
Yeah.
fucking crazy, and they play like in a box, like a
No,
little-
like
they
in a
play in a
porta
car.
potty
They
or
like drive
something.
around in a car or something like that.
yeah.
in
I
like a
just
van.
saw that the other day, and I was like, the fuck.
But that's
So-
not them, right?
no, but
No.
I was like, wow,
That
what a
is sick though
coincidence.
too. but-
that's up their alley though. They're definitely weird. Like they're just a duo from. We played with them at 89th
They're really
Street.
tall too. It's kind of.
They used to play hockey, which is weird.
So you can't trust them.
Well,
Jesus
they were
Christ.
wearing trench coats.
They could be like two
They play
10-year-olds.
hockey, so you can't trust them.
No, he
standing on
said
top
they're
of
really
each other.
tall, so you can't
Oh.
trust them.
no,
they had the trench coats on, looking like they're from the Matrix, wearing cowboy hats.
They
Yeah,
do
they're
They do look
strange.
like they're
Sick.
from the Matrix.
but they're just like they're a bass and drum duo, and I don't really know how to explain them. They're just very fucking weird. Like they can.
Eccentric a little bit, like in a good way.
Yeah, cool.
Cool.
So I like them a lot, and I think we try to relay some of that energy. But I don't know, Jeff. What do you think?
See, my opinion's going to be
Sum 41.
Yeah, I was like, you already know where I'm going.
Green
Like,
Day,
grew up
Blink,
listening to
you
Blink,
know.
Green Day, Sum 41, Fall Out Boy. That's all I ever
Yeah.
wanted to, like growing up. It's like, oh hell yeah, those are the guys,
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say Green Day if anything.
It's probably true. Closer.
Billy going Power Star stance.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Just ripping a guitar, or Wembley playing his fucking guitar down to his knees. Like
Yeah.
You
that's
can only
shit
play
I
the
thought
E
was
and A
cool.
string because that's all I can fucking reach.
Yes, yes.
Rest in peace, Sum 41. They're breaking up.
Yeah, sad.
Ah,
I saw
Or
that.
probably
yeah.
for a bit,
Yeah.
maybe.
I have a weird history with Derek Whibley. I obtained his home phone number about
this
6
is
years
sad.
ago.
What the?
His family's home phone number from when he was a teenager.
Wow.
And I called it thinking it would be disconnected, and it wasn't disconnected. And somebody answered, and they were very obviously Canadian. And I was like, "Is this the Whibley household?" And the guy was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh shit."
What do I do now?
Yeah. So and I was
Is your refrigerator running?
I was at a Radio Shack. I wasn't calling off my own phone. I was calling off a Radio Shack phone because I was
Like
like
the display phone. Or
Yeah,
This is such a
weird.
This is a crazy story.
My friend was
Well, it's
managing.
even crazier. You didn't tell him about the David Spade part.
Oh,
I'm getting
God.
there. I'm
Okay,
getting there.
okay.
I'm
Who
getting
are
there.
you guys? Like, this is crazy.
So my friend managed the Radio Shack. He was closing. I was just prank calling on phones, and I had this number saved in my phone. And I never knew if it worked. And I was like, well, now's the time to test it and see if this is like really his home phone number. And to tell you the truth, I got it off a Sum 41 bootleg demo tape I found online. It was in like the PDF when you download it, and it had like the cover art. So I pick up the display phone. I call, dude answers. And he's like, yeah, this is the Whibley household. Who is this? And I was like, fuck, now I need to make something up. So I made up some name, and I was like, I'm an agent out in from Los Angeles, but I'm in an airport in Oklahoma City calling off a public phone because I dropped my phone in a toilet, and I really need to get a hold of. I need to get a hold of Derek because I need him to do some like soundtrack work for this movie I'm working on, and like the words are coming out of my mouth faster than my brain's thinking them. I'm just like, there's word vomiting, and he's like, well, who do you work for? And I was just like, David Spade. I was like, he's one of my biggest clients, and that's how I got Derek's number, because David Spade and Derek were, Sum 41 was part of one of those teen movies in the 90s, and David was in it, and you
dug yourself a deeper hole.
Yeah, and I was like, and I had this notebook in my bag, and this is the number I had for Derek, because like I said, the 90s, and it was his old phone number. I don't know, dude. Can you get me in touch with Derek? And then it really dug me deep, because the guy was like,
David, come in here.
No, he was
Pretty
super
much.
helpful.
he was helpful, but he
hang
was pretty much, he was like, yeah, I
I
remember.
remember David
Yeah,
Spade.
he was like, we rode in a limo with David on the way back from an awards show in Los Angeles, and he told me this whole story, and I was just like, fuck, what have I done, dude? No. And then at the end of the call, he's like, well, look, Derek's in Europe right now. I'll have him call you. What's your number? And then I gave him my real number, hoping to God that Derek Whibley would call me, and I'd have to like fess up to the whole thing, but I never got a call back.
Well, what was
Aw.
crazy too is we looked up where they were actually touring at the time, and they were in Europe. So it was like maybe he did speak to.
We used to do the same
Whoa.
thing with, we'd call Mike Dirnt's restaurant in
San
California,
Francisco.
and is Michael Pritchard there? And they're like, we got another jackass on the phone in here. Yeah, he's not here, man.
Been there, except it was with sponsorships for Pigfest. I'd call over to I called like dealerships and shit like 4 or 5 times, and the manager would every time somebody answer, and they'd say, "Oh, who are you looking for?" And I'd say, Paul. He said to call back because he said he wasn't in Monday. It's Thursday now, and she's like, "Okay, yeah, let me check." Yeah, he's not here. He's gone this week, and just maybe try and reach out maybe next week.
He's
And
gone
I'd
for
be
like 6 months.
Yeah, I'd be like, I think this
Oh,
motherfucker's
Paul,
lying to me.
Paul died.
I'm like, oh shit.
That kind of reminds me. Did you guys ever hear of the Chipotle trick for bands on the road?
No.
of.
So when we
Oh,
used,
this is awesome.
we used to tour a little bit more. We still try to play out of town, but when we would go on like week or 2 week runs, there's this trick you can pull, and there's many ways you can pull it, but the simplest way is you just call Chipotle, any Chipotle, and you just tell them that you heard they give bands free food, and like probably 5 times out of 10, so half the time it'll work.
It's more than that.
You think so?
I think there was like only one place that was like, no, we're not doing that. Every time we've called. So
Wow.
Do they
Listen-
still do it?
Probably, maybe.
Maybe I don't know.
It's been a few
Don't know,
years.
yeah.
But I'm such a
it did work.
I'm such a bullshitter. There was a couple times I would make up a whole story and act like I was a manager. We didn't
Yeah,
have a
manager.
manager.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
hell
I'm
yeah.
the band manager, and the guy at this label told me, and then you sound legit. So even if they don't know what you're talking about, since you sound legit, they're like, this must be legit. Yeah,
Yeah.
come on.
Then you
They're
show
like,
up with a
hold on, let me
laminate.
get my manager. And they're like, who are you? And you're like, no, listen, lady, I've already talked to a lot of people. Okay?
yeah, exactly. Like, my boss told me to do this.
I work for David Spade. Okay.
Yes.
That's great, man. What's some of the music that you guys have been influenced by, here recently that you've been kind of pulling from? Well, especially you said you put out the Vile record within the past couple years.
The last 6 months.
6 months. Okay, very
Yeah.
neat. So like, what's some of the big influences for that record?
I guess I'll speak first and say unapologetically would be a singer-songwriter named Jeff Rosenstock. I've probably taken a little bit too much from him at times, but I love his music and he's influenced me a ton.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
Honestly, this one, normally we were talking a little bit earlier, I'm wearing a System of a Down shirt now. Like, I like super chuggy stuff, a little bit heavier sometimes, opposed to the Green Day and Sum 41. But this one was did you play guitar in Circles?
A couple of the songs.
Circles was the record before Vile.
Before that.
Okay.
Before me and Frankie switched.
This
Did
record,
the full switch, yeah.
this record, Frank played a lot. He played guitar the whole record. So sonically, with him playing guitar, I don't know if influenced by other bands, it'd be more like me learning almost like not a new style because we played together forever, but writing to some of his stuff is a lot different opposed to like how I would play it when he played guitar. So this record really, I not challenged myself, but it was more like
Pushing
okay,
you out of your
yeah,
comfort zone.
Yeah,
a
it's like
little
this
bit,
is
yeah.
cool because I would never have come up like we played Garden of Kyle. Everything I played there, never would have played.
And then that's only got to make you a better musician.
Definitely.
That's a great
definitely.
song title. Can you guys tell us how you became the name Garden of Kyle?
We'll go hit the four song titles real quick,
Okay.
and then we can talk about each of them.
Staple Gun. I'll be honest. I mean, that was so long ago. That was like
That was Rod.
We were.
It was?
Yeah,
Okay.
we were recording Fugue State in 2016, and a lot of times we just have like code names for songs until it's like.
So all the fans don't know that it's you guys.
Well,
I'm
no,
kidding.
it's just like easier, I guess. I don't know.
like at band practice.
We
Like
don't
if we
lock
don't,
ourselves in
in
anything.
the moment.
if we don't
it's
have
better than
lyrics
calling
yet,
it
if we
new
don't have lyrics yet, we'll be
song
like, this song's called Blue Brick, or like,
I gotcha.
just something on the spot. So if there's not a hook yet or a song name, we can just be like, all right, let's play
Attach
this
it to something so
Yeah,
it's easy to
yeah.
remember.
instead of
yeah.
trying to like sing the guitar part for the song so everybody knows what you're talking about.
And I'm pretty sure Rod did
Well,
Staple
Rod
Gun
was
on
like,
that one.
Rod was like, he pointed and he goes, Staple Gun. And we're like, okay, now we have like a hook as well, Staple Gun or whatever. So that's how that one. I think that's how a lot of songs actually get their name, is just sort of like,
Fuck it.
microphone on
And
the
then-
table. Like,
the lyrics end up kind of creating themselves in a way, because that song and the music video for it are kind of about like, staple gun, office work, feeling like you're
held down.
held down, not living up to your expectations as a person in society, that type of shit. So I don't know. Garden of Kyle, if I'm not mistaken, Frankie,
that was you.
yeah, we demo stuff in my room a lot of times, especially me and Frankie live together. So I think we just made the demo, and I think we just came up with that weird name.
It
But
was the same thing. I said, what do you want to call this song? And he goes, Garden of Kyle.
it
Okay.
doesn't.
Sick.
That song never
Stuff.
says Garden of Kyle in the lyrics, so that's kind of the opposite of Staple Gun. The song name never made it into the song.
Still, that's a dope. I mean, they're both cool.
It's a weird name, Garden of Kyle.
Well, it's
What does
better
that
than
mean?
I don't know, Love in Your Hands or
Or it's
Right.
like some
Right.
one-word title name,
Yeah.
Like,
Bliss.
Ambiguous.
yeah,
Ambiguous.
Well, and the next one was Tope Suicida, and
That's
that-
definitely
Wrestling.
that's because I'm a huge wrestling
Wrestling.
fan.
What is the Tope Suicida?
The Tope Suicida translates to headfirst suicide dive, and so it's whenever you have a guy outside of the ring, a wrestler, he'll bounce off one side of the ropes and he'll dive through the top two ropes. And that's the Tope Suicida. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's very tied to luchador
Yeah.
wrestling as well. But I got to make it clear, I don't watch WWE. We don't do that. We're an AEW household over here.
Damn
And-
straight, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I just had to clear that up.
And that was the.
I was more of a TNA guy. Going on,
Hey,
yeah.
it's better than the Fed, baby. Come on.
Yeah, TNA was rad. Yeah. I remember I said TNA one time. I was like, my mom was like, because TNA's been on Thursdays, and I was like, I'm gonna go home and watch some TNA. She was like, huh? And I was like,
Hell
TNA.
you
She was
are.
like, tits and ass, and I was like, wait, what? I was like, no, total nonstop action.
Yes.
Yeah,
Same thing, basically.
yeah. I
you
was
know?
like, what the hell? I'm not girls, but men and spandex. Hell yeah, flying off top ropes. Yeah.
There it is.
No, it's kind of weird that song name translates to, what is it, Jeff? Head first suicide?
Headfirst dive.
Head first died, whatever. Because the first verse of that song I wrote after I'm an electrician and I got fucked up at work pretty bad like 2 years ago. I'm fine, and I was fine, but it was the first time. It was my first real brush with like serious electricity.
You got to ride the lightning a little bit.
277, and that shit hurt. It really, really like made me question my life. I was like, dude, I almost died, you know. And
that shit's fucking gnarly, man.
I don't fuck with electricity.
That
He
shit
fell
was
off a
scary.
ladder, which probably helped you because you didn't get
I was
hooked
stuck.
up.
I was stuck above a ceiling grid, just getting lit the fuck up, and then next thing I know, I'm on the ground. I had
Holy
this
shit,
huge
dude.
ass cut on my back, and
Jesus.
you know, I don't know. At the time, like I really thought I almost died, and I don't know if I almost died or not. I mean, looking back, I'm kind of like, oh, whatever, shit happens. But
Well, I mean, even if if I don't know, something could happen where they was like, you didn't almost die. Would that change your feel? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's
It's like
basically you almost died.
It's like the
you
Homer
know?
Simpson meme where you can see your skeleton lighting up, like your
Yeah.
whole body turns blue, and you're just like, "Raw."
yeah, and that shit. If you've ever been shocked, you'll know what I'm saying. It feels like forever, even though like the guy that was on the ground, he was like, no, dude, I didn't even hear you scream. It was like,
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Dude, one
and
of
then it was over.
crazy,
one
man.
of his grandpa's fucking amps down in the studio isn't grounded properly. And there's a foot switch on it, and I was like, fuck around with something, and I was like, I'm not gonna hit my foot, I'm gonna hit my finger. And I completed the circuit.
Boom.
And I felt it go all the way up my arm, and I went, ah!
Yeah.
It shot up, and everybody was like, what
We-
the fuck?
We played a show. This is a show story. We played a show. There used to be this place called Industrial Skate Park in Norman, and they would throw DIY punk shows, and it was fucking awesome. Then they moved to downtown Oklahoma City into this big warehouse, and they'd still throw shows. And I wasn't an electrician at the time, so I didn't know what was going on. And the guy who ran the place, very nice man, but I don't think he knew. And we were playing. I don't know if you guys remember this, but the mic kept shocking the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And it's because something wasn't properly grounded. And anytime I would touch the mic, it would throw me back. And if I recall, Rodrigo was laughing, and I kept turning around. I was like, "This isn't fucking funny, dude. It's not fucking funny."
Because it's fucking okay. We had that
Yeah,
same thing
Taylor-
happen at
Taylor was
practice
getting
last
pissed.
week.
He was
It's
getting
kind
Our-
of fucking funny
our-
though.
he was
Like
getting
if you're
pissed.
not getting
Our
shot.
singer Levi, he grabbed an IEC power cable off the wall, and it just so happened to grab the one with the ground plug tore off. And so he plugged his amp in. He was like, "All right, guys, you guys were." And he just shocked him. He was like, "Ah, what the fuck is that? I don't like that. What is that? Nope, I don't like that at all." And
Yeah,
he
touches it
started
again while
shocking
he's saying it.
himself and shit, and Dylan was like dying. In the
Dude,
fucking,
it was so funny. Well, and Jared, who's usually here, but he can't be here today. And dude, he plays guitar, and we've known him forever. But he's kind of scrawny little dude, and man, it's so fucking funny when he gets hurt because he reacts so like viscerally, like he's
Oh.
yeah, and he somehow he gets shocked. He's the one who gets shocked like all the time. And I don't know why or how, but like he'll always be touching some shit that's not grounded, dude. And this is his like
It's kinda like Bugs
expression.
Bunny when
it's
he
so
would get
fucking funny. dude.
electrocuted or something like that. He would like jump up like in the air,
Like a cartoon.
His feet would jump up in the air, and he's like, "Ah, the fuck was that?"
Yeah.
And you're like, "What?" Yeah.
So yeah, no, I do. I'm sorry he was laughing, but at the same
No.
time, I've been there.
I think we were all laughing at you, telling you to quit bitching and
That
playing
shit
the
hurt.
song.
If that ever happens again, though, put a sock over. If you don't have one of those, I don't even know what they're called.
Microphone covers.
If you don't have a microphone foam cover, just get a sock and put it over it.
Ah.
Oh
might-
yeah,
yeah.
dude.
You might
Music
still
lessons
get-
with Taylor.
You might still get touched a little bit, but it's not going to be the full force of the electricity.
Dude, when it bites it though, dude. I mean, it's happened to me before too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you'll be like, "Okay, I'm good, and then you'll touch your guitar, and you'll be like, it'll
Oh.
fucking bite you, and you're like, "What the fuck?" And it's like a primal rage comes out, but everybody else is laughing their ass off, so it just makes you even angrier.
you just
You're like,
wanna
"Stop laughing at
Take
me!"
the mic, even though it's just throw it or something.
Dude.
It's just like
Are you guys familiar with the Yardbirds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that motherfucker died like
Yeah,
that because
yeah.
he plugged in his fucking. Okay, so quick story. I got a 1965 Fender Bassman Blackface.
Yeah.
And it didn't have a ground plug on it. And so I was looking up on Reddit, like, hey, can I still play this? And guys were like, oh, yeah, man, modern electric, all shit's wired and stuff. You're good. Just don't take it into a shoddy club because that's how the Yardbird singer died. It's because he fucking plugged his amp in into not a grounded circuit,
Mhm.
and he fucking died.
Oof.
And
Yep,
I
he
was
was
like,
in his-
fuck
crazy.
that.
He was in
Yeah.
his basement. Yeah.
Oh, was in his basement? Yeah.
Yeah. I think he was by himself, so I don't think anyone found him or anything for a little bit.
that is so
It's
fucked.
fucking terrifying.
Scary.
And so immediately I was like, if I wanted to plug it in here, I was like, I don't know how this place got wired. And I was like, so I put a
Let's
ground
get
plug
shot.
on it. Yeah. I put a 3-prong on
Better,
there.
better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the other crazy thing, like capacitors inside amplifiers will knock the shit out of you too.
There's a
Yep.
there's a thing called on the Fender Bassman Blackface. A lot of the Blackface Fenders of the '60s and stuff, like pre-CBS era, they have what's called the death cap. And if you fuck with the death cap, I mean, call it the death cap for a
Death.
reason. And when I read that, I was like, nope, fuck
Oh,
that. I'm
shit.
taking it up to somebody that knows what they're doing. I'll take it
Yeah.
up to a Tulsa repair
All you
shop.
got to do is get a screwdriver and touch the capacitor, and it'll fucking discharge it. I've heard. I've never discharged a
dude,
capacitor.
Give it a
I've
shot.
heard.
Give it a shot.
Dude, I
Fuck
grew up
that.
with my dad, and my dad and I are both like, we do not fuck with electricity. I'm a pussy when it comes to electricity, dude. I don't fuck with it. I
It
don't
fucking
understand it that
sucks.
well, and I've gotten bit a couple of times, and it's just not for
It's
me.
not fun.
No. I'll do some low maintenance type shit, you
Mm.
know. Like I don't mind like doing some low maintenance stuff, but like anytime it gets into like, because those old tube amps, man, they're packing a lot of fucking power.
A
They're
lot of
packing
fucking watts. Yeah.
and a lot of watts. With that shit, I'm just like, I'm not gonna fuck with it.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
Do we want to move on to the DVDs? I'm dying.
Oh,
Oh, did we
yeah.
make it through
We
the
could-
songs?
we
though?
could
Did we
talk
make
about
it through
the
the
DVDs.
songs?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
the
wait.
last song. So
Last song.
we were.
I don't know why we called it.
I don't know
Cough.
either. There probably was a reason at the time, but or maybe not. Maybe we just wanted a ambiguous, shitty,
Sounds emo
mysterious,
or something. I don't know.
pretentious.
Jess was saying that was like that was the older one, or that
Mhm.
was like a demo one.
In the style of, for sure.
Oh, with Fugue State, you know, we put that out in 2017, but we were traveling as far back as like 2015, playing a lot of those songs or trying to work out a lot of those songs live too. So we had a lot of older versions of Cough for sure.
Oh, gotcha.
Jeff. Anything else to say about Cough?
No, that was it. I was just saying that they originally demoed that.
Oh,
and
okay.
That I was telling you earlier, they demoed it with just Taylor and Frank, one acoustic, and I just always liked how it sounded. It sounded more
Ethereal.
Ominous.
yeah,
or something.
yeah, there you go. Opposed to now, it's very.
Now it's
upbeat,
a rock
It's
song.
rock.
Where'd the name come from?
That's what I don't know. Really, I mean, it might have just been another code name. Now that I think about
Mm.
it, because like we have a lot of songs that they
Some
just
of
have-
them stick, some of them don't. You know.
Yeah.
Do you have any songs that are your favorite to play live?
Man, I like Bad Milk and Ass
Yeah.
Beater. Ass Beater's a fun one for me to play live.
Those are sick.
I like our heavier stuff. You know,
Ass
like
Beater.
I like Suffering. That's a fun one to play live too. But
Mr. Pockets.
Pocket's fun.
Just keep on throwing out song titles. This is great.
I
I
like
haven't heard one I didn't like.
I like the heavy stuff.
For sure, man.
I like the melodic stuff. I'm very like, I don't know.
Kind
Like,
of
when
reach out and
when-
grab the audience, kind of thing.
Yeah, when Jeff earlier was talking about how I write versus how Frankie writes. Frankie is classically trained and he knows how to play the piano and the violin and the guitar and the bass, pretty much everything except drums. And so when he writes, he can just do these crazy chords and just shit that I can't do. And
I was
me,
noticing that when you were playing, I was like, man, there's some really cool like chord voicings.
Crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
and me, like I'm just like, yo, put on Blue Album by Weezer.
You're like ooga booga chug.
Yeah, let's fucking-
yeah.
You know, and same thing with Jeff. Like Jeff Rosenstock, no disrespect to his music because he's very talented, but his music at its core is just like power pop, and that's kind of what I write. I write like very power pop centric, just catchy. You know, I want to grab the crowd and get a
Yeah.
good hook and stuff. And kind of forgot where I was going with that.
But yeah, when you layer that stuff up with each other, it balances out. You know, it's
Yeah.
not just a wall of sound hitting you.
Well, I'll say I think you guys are definitely a beautiful mix of your
Oh, thanks. You're
influences,
too.
you know?
Oh,
Wah, wah, wah.
You almost got a compliment.
our-
Sorry, dude. I led
our
Frankie
in-
down the wrong
our
path, man. I'm
influences- our
sorry. Yeah.
influences
No,
are-
the influences. Well, hell yeah. Let's.
DVD time.
Okay, yeah.
I'll-
Let's.
Bring
Frankie,
these
show
bad
me
boys
one, and I want to see the others.
All right. So.
oh, you haven't seen the other ones?
No, you said
I
when
just,
you walked in, you were like, "I'm just gonna show you one." I
Yeah,
was like,
that's
okay.
right. That's
All
right.
right. All right. Let's see here. So.
I started with the Snoop Dogg one.
Oh, the Snoop Dogg. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Girls Gone Wild, Doggy Style. Which I was actually informed Doggy Style refers to sex.
It's like sex,
You
yeah.
wanna think
Yeah.
so,
Oh,
but
okay.
When I was on the way here, I was looking in the car and it hit me. It's like because he's Snoop Dogg, doggy style, but also
and
it's
that's a
s-
sexual move.
That's pretty
yeah,
brilliant.
and it's a sex DVD, so it's like doggy style. It's
and I
his
googled
style.
it. It's true.
Dylan and
Yeah.
I are Mennonites. We're still virgins. I don't know. Are Mennonites virgins? I don't know.
Yeah.
That might be the wrong term.
Yeah, my daughter just popped out of a hole in the ground one day. I prayed
He
for
grew
I
her
prayed
in
for
the dark.
rain, but
Yeah.
I got a daughter instead. All right. So let me just break this down for you real quick. It's hosted by Snoop Dogg. It is uncensored, and they do say real girls as opposed to
AI generated.
yes,
AI,
potentially
yeah.
2002 AI
Sex
generated.
GPT.
Or like
Yes.
2002 AI.
7.
What's it, Love on the Spectrum, the drag show or something like that, as opposed to that.
Yes. So I want to ask you this question: how can Girls Gone Wild get any wilder?
With Snoop
So,
Dogg.
yeah, so it was
Dogg.
going doggy style apparently,
Pop it in.
and I was just playing in the background. You won't believe what happens when thousands of real girls. They really reiterate that
Thousands.
They're not
Thousands.
AI, not
They're
AI
real
generated.
girls. They're not women, or they're not men dressed up as women.
right.
They're just like
They're
poorly rendered.
real girls.
Poorly rendered
CGI.
CGI from 2003.
Like the
you
Lord
know?
of the
cool, though.
Rings
Yeah.
CGI.
Yeah.
There's
Oh.
just like a
CGI.
a quick flash picture of like some chick getting water dumped all over her tits on the back.
Where are
Like,
these
it's-
girls now? I want to do a Where Are They Now recap. Yeah.
It's
I-
hot, uncensored, and out of control.
What year is this?
This
Does it
is
say the-
2002.
So what blows my mind
That's
is who
crazy.
in the fuck was like, yeah, let me mail these
Let's go
guys
ahead, pass it around the class, folks. Everybody can get a good look at it.
$25 so I can see naked chicks. Like the internet existed back then. If you want to see naked chicks, they were on the internet then. Why
Yeah,
would
but
you?
DVDs were cool though. You know.
Yeah.
Like,
And Snoop Dogg's on it.
Yeah,
Snoop Dogg does look cool.
So this one's my pick, the one you have in your
Oh,
head
okay,
now.
and the next one is the Nutty Professor.
And it's
Now, I
unopened.
don't know if that's X-rated. You know, I mean, we are talking
Nutty.
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 Yeah,
this
you
is the
know.
one.
you
this,
know, like
but-
sex.
This could be like a BBW
Oh, okay. So
kind
it's
of
the
thing.
actual Eddie Murphy. I thought it was like a softcore porno. I thought we started going with like a, and I was like, yo, they weren't reaching too far in the neighborhood.
No, this is just movies you buy.
It's-
Did you get all these at like the DG bin?
So
Uh,
we gotta,
no, an open Dollar General Nutty Professor.
Frankie,
That's the
tell 'em.
eBay title.
no,
Yeah.
these are my personal collection.
And
I'm
where'd you
sharing
get
it
Oh
them?
with
wow,
you today.
you're saving this one for like a really good date night or something?
Just hasn't
Well, it's,
happened
I
yet.
bust
realized,
that open?
I realized it's on Netflix too. So like, after I bought it,
Netflix really fucked Frankie over,
fucked
man.
me on
Frankie,
that one.
where'd
Son
you
of
get
a
these
bitch.
DVDs? Go ahead and tell them.
Taylor's aunt Tammy, shout out, gave us all of the Girls Gone Wild and
Oh, thanks, Tammy.
other
Yeah.
questionable DVDs.
She just have these like lying around.
Yeah.
My aunt and uncle owned a pawn shop, and me and Frankie worked there for a while.
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
So
So
Yeah.
Nutty Professor, you guys like it?
I've never
It's
seen
okay.
it.
Classic.
Yeah,
It's
classic.
okay. It's
I-
weird.
That's decent.
Jeff, can
Yeah.
you quote it?
I saw.
not
I think I
bad.
saw it whenever I was
That's
like really
one of the few I
young, and it
can't.
kind of like scared me because
I might prefer it over Big Mama's
It
house.
was a little scary.
Large
Martin
people
Lawrence,
scare you.
though.
sure. I'm gonna get canceled now.
Frankie's scared by large people. All right, so okay, yeah, moving on. So, do we want to do Garden State or holy shit, the best of backyard wrestling special deluxe edition 5?
Uncensored.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, uncensored.
What's the censored version like?
Good question.
Yeah.
What's the doggy style version without the doggy?
It's just
Yeah.
like the
Just
commercials,
style.
that would come on Spike at night and shit, where they just have like the black
Oh,
bar. and the
yeah.
tits,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that's probably what it'd be.
It does say as seen on TV. Odd
Oh.
placement of that, because normally
Very small. Yeah, it's like really small
It's like
underneath
the
all
shake
the
weight
other.
thing.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly,
like
but
as
it's
seen on
also like,
TV.
are those in those one mall stores where they're like the as seen on TV store where it's
Mhm.
like
like
a
the
shake
Walmart
weight,
section,
Get
you
Or
know,
your
like-
Fashugi.
the electric salt and pepper shakers,
or
and
the
then it's
fucking
like
pillow, my pillow.
The
or
slap.
holy
whatever.
shit,
Yeah.
the best of backyard wrestling special deluxe edition 5 uncensored,
As seen
crazier
on,
than the rest,
as seen on TV.
What channel was this on TV?
Fuck.
Good question as well, because it says,
ABC.
oh wait, it's not actually holy shit, the best of backyard wrestling special deluxe edition 5 uncensored to seen on TV, crazier than the rest. It's the best of backyard wrestling special deluxe edition 5 uncensored, crazier than the rest. Spin magazine just said holy shit.
Oh, okay.
I feel like after that it said,
They're
holy
quoted
shit,
as
this
saying
sucks.
that. Okay.
And then some guy from St. Louis here on the back said, incredible. This is by far the craziest video I've ever seen in my entire life. He doesn't have any credentials.
It just
or
says a
anything. It
random
just
guy
says
from St.
What's
Louis.
his name?
Tim.
Tim what?
from
Hell
St.
yeah, Tim.
Prodima.
Tim Prodima. Shout
Yeah.
out.
If you're
That's-
listening, Tim, thank you.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Tim.
We should
Yeah.
find him on
Service.
Facebook.
Yeah, DM us and we'll send you a CD. And
We'll send you this.
We'll
Sign
s-
it. We'll sign it.
We'll send you the Nutty Professor.
I know
as well.
something crazier than that, and we should have brought it. The Crazy Dave tape.
We don't have the Crazy Dave tape anymore.
Fuck.
Crazy Dave tape
Yeah.
is.
What's the Crazy Dave tape?
Well, we used to play this place in Tulsa. It was a house called Barkingham Palace. And it was just like a punk house. You could walk in and there could be It was just fucking crazy, dude. People would be just drinking and smoking weed all the time, which
They
I
had
guess
farm animals and stuff in the backyard.
in the middle of downtown Tulsa, basically.
Sick.
Roadkill. I remember one time
They were
people
skinning the roadkill for the fur.
Some tacos.
And, they were gonna bury the some tacos.
That's pretty.
Y'all
metal.
ever had possum taco?
And they were gonna bury the bones for like jewelry or something.
What
Dig
the
them
fuck?
back
Nice.
up
It was
after
pretty,
a year
pretty
or
out
something.
there. It was
so
cool.
They were like,
cool, yeah, very in touch with nature and everything. Really, really.
"Hey, Frankie,
cool.
what's up?
Yeah,
Yeah, y'all are
You're
playing
like,
in the back.
What's up?"
But yeah, they had this Crazy Dave tape just playing in the living room while the show would be 4 hours long, and you just kind of meander through, and you look on the TV, and y'all probably remember better than I do, but it's just crazy, literally Crazy Dave's crazy shit.
It's like a compilation video where
Was Dave just like
where-
the bartender or something?
He's just
He
the
was-
curator.
He's
he was
like the
a
crep
the
keeper.
But
curator,
Dave
but
didn't live there. Dave
he would-
didn't live-
Crypt
he would
keeper.
show up every now and then just in like his basement, like his underwear, and like a ski mask, just like doing random stuff. But it was like a compilation of.
But who is the guy to the venue? Is he
No,
just a guy?
He's
or like-
online. You order it from Crazy Dave.
Oh, no, yeah,
I
sorry,
thought
no,
he
yeah.
owned the
No,
venue
no,
or
yeah.
something, and he just like was like, "Look at my tape," and put it on the.
No, they just the punk hippie people at this venue had this 10
found this
the collection of
magical
20,
DVD.
20 Crazy Dave tapes, and each one was like 2 hours long. It's like a
Yeah, but it was-
compilation of
Over the span of 5 minutes,
Crazy
it would
stuff.
go from like, it'd be like, beast Japanese woman getting fucked on a jet ski. And then the next thing would be like a decapitation video. And then it would be some guy pissing on an electric fence. And then a bank robbery. And then someone else getting fucked on another jet ski. There's like just crazy.
Wow.
It's just like shock compilations.
So this is truly what you're influenced by.
Yeah, dude. for
We're
sure.
getting to the
They-
deep part of your influences.
They warned us. They said if we give you this DVD, you're gonna end up like us. And you're gonna watch it every night. And we were like, bullshit.
What
And
did
then-
we do?
We watched it every night
Oh
for
my
like
God.
2 years until it got lost. But it was the thing where it was like, oh, you haven't seen Crazy Dave? All right, throw it on for whoever else we're hanging out
Get,
with.
get the
you know.
TV crank out.
Get it going. Yeah.
God damn, that's gnarly. Holy shit. Well, unfortunately, we don't have.
Yeah,
Crazy
unfortunately,
Dave.
no Crazy Dave.
Yeah, we
but
just had the best of backyard wrestling special.
We do
deluxe
have other
edition, 5
DVDs.
uncensored. Crazier than the rest. Well, okay. So, have you guys seen this one?
no.
You haven't.
I'm going
Not
to.
yet. We're going to watch it.
Well,
tonight.
Tammy, if you're listening, yeah, write in. Let us know how it. Let us know how it goes. Okay, next one. Really intriguing movie. Garden State with Zach Braff and Natalie Portman. Apparently, it's shit.
It fucking sucks.
But Frankie, you said it heavily influenced you guys. Like it touched you all non-sexually when you were younger.
We thought it was a really good movie in high school.
it has the
and
heroin guy in it.
We went to go watch it.
Well, the Zach guy, he's
like
from Scrubs.
the last year or so, and we realized it was just really lacking in plot and character development.
I see.
But
It's rated R.
They do show off. They do showcase the
The
shins
Shins.
in that movie. That's I think Jeff heard about the shins, and then that's how
The
we
Shins
heard
are
about
awesome.
The shins. Natalie Portman, her character, they're like in an airport or something, and she's like, "You've never heard of the shins?" It's like real dramatic. Has to throw the headphones over Zach's ears, Zach's
Wow.
character's ears.
Dude,
and-
it's really a victim of its time in the sense it has like that quirky indie humor where it's like, oh, you never heard of the Shins? Oh, I know this really. You want you don't like crazy burritos? Let's go make a crazy burrito. Like that's
And-
her character, just always doing.
Well, she
In a
was
nutshell.
she's at the hospital to get psych meds too. So
Yeah,
she's the
she's-
crazy lady.
she's
Oh,
crazy, but
nice.
she's quirky,
And
he
that just
falls
really
in-
that grinds your gears, and you're just like, man, fuck this.
It's
dude.
just like a fucking trope, It's
the
just
whole
like,
movie. What's it even like? They go to like some junkyard to find
he
like
killed his mom.
Yeah, but yeah,
the fuck is this movie, man?
There's no point. He
Yeah, I
killed
don't-
his mom, then he gets on Xanax, and he tries to get off Xanax, and he meets her in the mental hospital, and then
they go looking for like some
Yo,
knickknack.
toss that DVD over here, man. I
I'm
gotta look
just
at this
saying-
shit, dude.
and it has the heroin guy in it.
Oh,
Does
fuck,
anyone know?
Booter.
Does
There's
anyone
a
know what I'm
lot-
talking about?
what?
Oh wait, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
I don't know, man. Peter Trafford says Marvel is fun, hilarious, and heartfelt, and he's from the Rolling Stone. I hate the fucking. This is a really big pet peeve of mine, and it's really, really specific.
Lay it on us.
I fucking hate when I go to like any kind of DVD or these really corny ass like photoshopped ass fucking pictures of the movies of people being like it's just so photoshopped and they're dressed in such generic clothing and shit. God damn it, I don't know why, but it really drives me up the fucking wall. And this is it.
All that money
Why
on
does
the
he
movie.
why does he have a fucking motorcycle with a sidecar?
Well, I just
That's
want to
his
say that
balls.
he did actually write and direct and star in that film.
What a dick.
So that's a lot going. Like Zach Braff post Scrubs, he had the whole fucking world in his hands, bro. He could write, direct, And
Ooh,
you know he just wrote it. Does he make out with Natalie Portman?
He actually I don't know about
yeah,
that.
so there you go. Boom, bam, bang. You know
Natalie
what I'm saying?
Portman
He's like,
has never been better.
Well, the whole movie
oh,
too.
have you seen Attack of the Clones?
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
I was gonna say Phantom Menace was pretty.
Oh
good
my
too.
God! This is writer/director Zach Braff delivers an Oscar-worthy performance. You should have won Oscar.
No.
And this quirky. There it is.
Yeah,
Quirky in there.
see?
Throw it in the trash.
What year was that movie?
2003.
I think it was 2004.
2004.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, that and how do you write a movie to where you're the main character and you're this mysterious person who has this, like he leaves his family for greener pastures and he's coming home after the tragedy. You're like, okay,
Right.
come
Yeah,
on,
he's
man.
like, I'm going to write a character that's fucking awesome,
Method
but
Man is
also
in
gets
this?
to make out with Natalie Portman.
Did you hear? Did you see this deal? Method Man is in it.
What?
I don't
What the
remember him
fuck?
in there.
Method Man.
Does it really say that?
Yeah, it says co-starring Peter Sarsgaard, Ian Holm, and Method Man.
Ian
No.
Holmes in there?
Maybe
Yeah.
he's at the party when they're all doing drugs.
Oh. That has to be it because the rest of the movie, it's just Zach Braff.
Is this
Natalie
like a
Portman,
comedy or? Like,
and- Dude, it's
it's a piece of
Like,
shit.
It's like a drama. It's like a,
Dude,
oh,
you
it
hit
doesn't even have like a fucking little.
you hit
like,
the nail on the head. Zach Braff's the mysterious white guy who's mysterious, and then Natalie Portman's quirky, and he's just like, "Oh, you've never mixed jelly with chocolate and fucking and ground beef? I love this food. Come on, you know."
And he's like, I killed my mom.
"Yeah, he killed her in a bathtub or something too. It was really
What the
fucked up."
fuck?
Yeah, his mom was paralyzed, and he's like, "Yeah, she was paralyzed, and she was drowning, and I didn't stop it because I'm mysterious." Something like that.
And he's like,
And-
I
and
love
she's like-
Xanax, and I love
yeah,
you, Natalie.
and she's
Yeah.
like, have you ever put peanut butter between your toes?
Oh, come on, we gotta
Yeah.
try
They're just
it.
like, it's
You've
just- oh,
never
it's just-
heard of the shit.
It's just
Okay.
compilations of them doing It's like him saying something really fucked up, and then a compilation of something.
Okay, my girlfriend Holly's here, and I just remembered she pointed it out. The worst fucking scene in the movie is when Natalie Portman at one point is like, she's like, "Have you ever said something that no one else has ever said in this moment where we are right now?" And he's like, "No, what are you talking about?" And then she spits out a bunch of gibberish, like it doesn't even make sense. And she's like, "See, no one's ever said that right here in this place where I'm standing right now." And it's just like the epitome
Cringe.
of like cringe quirkiness. It's like, wow, you're so cool.
We have developments here, though. I'm just now seeing 16 deleted scenes.
We have new
Oh my
developments.
God.
That could tie
Breaking
the movie
news.
That's
together.
a rewatch.
It could tie the movie
that
together.
demands a rewatch.
This gives me like you guys remember like the early weird like 2011, 2012 vibes of like the quirkiness where people like chicks were putting mustaches on their fingers and they're like, I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
so quirky. Like my favorite like my lizard's name's Bob. I'm just
Rawr.
like awkward, you know.
Rawr
I'm just,
XD.
I'm a nerd.
Oh,
Dude, I
God.
made a whole playlist
Damn.
of raw XD babes like when I was in college of like on Spotify.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I
get
was
some
like,
Broken Side in there.
yeah, of
Some
course.
Owl City.
Yeah, I was like, I tell my, I'd be
I
like,
set
hey,
my friends on fire.
come here and listen to this, and they'd be like, they transcend and everything. No, not really, but they'd be like, what the fuck is this? I'd be like,
Get this away from me.
I'm offended. But yeah,
I'm gonna need that.
we all went
playlist.
through those phases.
So what's
Yeah.
the last one we got here?
Oh, this is a double decker, basically.
Oh.
Yeah, that is.
Is it, hold on. Is this Escape from L.A.?
No,
I don't think
Ah,
so.
Shit, I have the double decker of Escape from L.A.
They're probably in LA.
Escape from New
Probably
York.
Are. They probably
Oh,
are in
no.
LA.
No, this is
That's
from
like
Omaha.
that's like Nebraska.
Women-
Yeah, that's Omaha.
Escape from Omaha. Yeah. Kurt Russell's like in Omaha. He's just like, fuck, man.
There's nothing wrong. Just get me the fuck out of here.
He's like,
This
"Oh,
is,
yeah, I'm all good. It just fucking sucks here, man.
this is women's extreme wrestling. 4 events.
Backyard wrestling, probably Louisiana.
Yeah, 4 events. It's by Stonecutter Media. That's
Wow.
it. It's just women's extreme wrestling. But
It's a good federation.
we got a whole double decker in here. We got
Oh,
not
sweet
one,
God.
but 2 DVDs, and they have back sides on them, so
Oh,
you flip them
shit.
over and shit.
Oh wow.
That's pretty wild.
Got
That's
the
that's a
B-sides
great
on 'em,
deal.
too.
Yeah,
and I
dude.
love no rap on the disc too.
Yeah,
I love in 2003. That's a steal right
Frankie,
there.
what's your DVD collection look like?
Uh,
Pretty, pretty
It's solid.
big.
I got like a
solid.
bookcase. Yeah.
Nice.
You
Yeah,
just buy, I
Boys in the
just
Hood.
buy random shit. You know.
Boys in the
whenever.
Hood. Okay, cool.
I'm
Boys
still
in the Hood's
waiting
good.
for Rod to return.
Yeah, without the
that
pa-
last
without a paddle?
Tarantino. No, what was
No.
it? The Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You lent it to Rod. Never
Ooh.
brought it back, bro.
Man, that's a great.
Oh no,
That's a
I
good movie.
think I have that one. Yeah, you've been waiting to borrow that
I've been
one?
waiting. You
Jeez.
said Rod had it.
You guys
Waiting.
big Quentin Tarantino stands?
I like
Damn.
most
Yeah.
of his stuff for sure.
I
I'm-
love
I like his
movies.
stuff. I like
Yeah.
Kubrick.
Mm.
Like his
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
I'm
I
not
like,
a film
I
guy.
I don't know. Sometimes like
I'm
like
not a
Nolan's.
film guy.
I'm
You like
gonna
John
go-
Carpenter?
Yeah, oh yeah, I like
You
a
like
lot of
Big
his
Trouble
stuff.
in Little China?
Hang on,
Yeah,
Taylor.
that
what's
That's
one's
my
awesome.
second
That
favorite
one's
movie
awesome.
of all time.
The Thing, dude.
Yeah,
Taylor,
Big Trouble
what's
in
your
Little
favorite
China.
movie?
That has inspired me as more as a human being than any other movie.
That one's funny.
I
As hell,
fucking
too.
love
It's-
Big Trouble in Little China.
it's-
That's a
it's-
family favorite.
It's
at my
like
house.
not what you'd expect from it. It's very.
It is the best, and I've heard they're gonna remake it with
his son or something, right?
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Of course.
Yeah, it's gonna be awful. I'm actively
Mhm.
boycotting it.
I
It's
always
bullshit.
confuse that one with.
Why do you? That is a masterpiece. Big Trouble in Little China is a masterpiece.
I
and you're
confuse
good.
that
fucking
one with
it.
the,
It's
the
good.
Gem and the Stone, or what was it?
The Dark Crystal.
No, there's another movie.
You know,
just like-
that movie
That
started-
one was creepy, dude.
Dude,
The
it
Dark
was
Crystal.
Is that with David Bowie? David Bowie.
Jewel of the Nile.
No, that was
That's it.
Labyrinth.
That's Labyrinth. Never
Labyrinth,
mind, I'm
yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
Dark Crystal's the one where they have that weird
It's
bird
puppets.
creature. That,
Oh,
so they like
yeah,
attack
yeah,
him and like
yeah.
rip all that stuff off of him and they
Yeah,
leave him like
it's actually pretty scary.
It's
Those were both
really
Jim
good.
Henson, though, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
That's
Yes.
like you talk about seeing a movie like too young and it's not supposed to be scary, but it ends up terrifying you. That movie,
Like
right
Sausage
there.
Party.
Yeah, yeah.
There was like a bunch of parents that were pissed off when
When
the
we-
movie came out because they took their kid to him or something
That's
like that. It
fucking
was like
funny, dude.
that huge orgy and shit.
At the end, oh my
Right.
god,
So-
dude. They had to voice act that, dude. Like they had a fucking voice act. I bet that was the funniest fucking studio time of all, dude. They were voice acting a huge sex orgy between food.
Have you guys
That's
seen? Have
fantastic.
you guys seen Kids? Speaking of sex orgy, that sounded bad. There's a movie.
Whoa!
Clip it. Clip it.
Have you guys seen Kids?
That's gonna be a soundbite.
Yeah, was that the movie that was directed by the skater director? Oh shit, what's his name?
Harmony.
Yeah,
Harmony Korine.
Yeah, because he also did the fucking spaghetti kid shitting in the bathtub.
Gummo.
Gummo.
I've never seen
Yeah,
it. I've never
okay.
seen
I
Gummo.
was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
say, is that the movie with the bald kid who shits in the bathtub, and then
That's
his parents
Gumbo.
are just like washing him with it?
Yeah, it's
or his
Gumbo.
fat ass
And
mom
she's
or whatever.
she's like he's eating spaghetti and shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Gumbo.
I need
That
to
shit's
watch
fun.
that.
Kids. Yeah,
Kids is fucked up.
Sounds
Kids
fucked
is fucked up because
up.
isn't there a scene where like that's the first scene filmed of fellatio? Is that movie? Or is
Dude, there's
that-
a lot of firsts in that movie because they pulled actors, they pulled kids off the street.
Yeah.
To be in that movie.
That is so
well,
fun.
the main actress in it, she's actually went on to have a pretty good career in Hollywood. Like you would recognize her if you saw her.
What's
I can't
her
remember her
name?
name.
Rosie. Fuck no.
Yeah, but she's been in. You'd recognize her when you saw her, but that was her first. She was just a random fucking person off the street, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember because I watched. There's a show on Vice called Epically Latered,
Yeah.
and They did an episode on Harmony.
Yep.
And I was watching it, and I was like, "What the fuck are these movies, dude?"
Dude, that's
This is
like the dude
weird.
that directed American History X. Is
Oh,
just like famous for
That
being
one's
like
crazy.
a music video director.
And he did one fucking movie, and it's a classic, you know.
You know, Edward Norton apparently was like really fucking pissed at American History X because I guess there was 2 different cuts of it and he didn't like the final cut.
Wow.
Really?
Like he was really
But
fucking
he's so
pissed.
good in it.
Yeah, I thought he was really good in that.
So
It's
fucking
incredible.
racist,
It's an
man.
incredible movie.
Super racist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taylor says he doesn't like movies, but he's got all this hidden knowledge.
Yeah, I like Wikipedia.
What's your favorite movie, Taylor? What's your favorite movie?
American History X is up there. That's a good ass movie.
I was gonna say Basketball Diaries with your boy Leo.
Oh man, what a
that-
great
Yeah.
fucking
Dude,
movie.
I don't think I've
Isn't
seen
that?
that.
Don't they do like heroin in the bathroom or some shit?
Yeah, on the trolley or the ferry and shit. You've
Yeah, he
totally
loses-
seen
He
Basketball
loses like
Diaries.
his entire
I have.
like basketball
Yeah,
scholarship.
scholarship,
and
Oh
Yeah.
no,
everything.
this also sounds this is giving me a Requiem for a Dream. I saw that movie
Oh,
once
yeah.
and I never want to
Jesus
see it
Dude,
Christ.
again.
I watched it with
Yeah.
my mom.
I never.
Why?
Oh,
Yeah.
God,
Why?
So you did the
Why
Jennifer
would you-
Connelly double dildo scene
Yeah.
with your mom?
Yes,
Why
sir.
not Aunt
Yes,
Tammy?
sir.
No, yeah, Tammy sounds a lot
Tammy
more
would-
too.
Tammy wasn't available. Tammy wasn't available. No.
Oddly enough, my Aunt Tammy's more the religious one. I think my mom was just like, "Yeah, that's pretty fucked up, isn't
Dude,
it?" Yeah.
dude, I thought when he had his fucking arm was falling off, I was like, man, this is pinnacle of fucked up. And then they did the double dildo scene. That was the last scene of the movie, right?
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
in that sex party, and all those businessmen are like, "Yeah, double dildo."
Do it. And they're just like fucking
Ugh.
yeah. It just gave me. It made me feel so. I took a shower afterwards.
It's giving ick vibes.
Well,
Yeah.
your mom probably don't. We used to walk in, she'd just be watching Eraserhead.
Yeah, I was
and
gonna say
stuff.
Eraserhead.
Eraserhead's fucking weird.
Yeah,
Uh,
like he's got
blue,
the baby.
blue
and shit. We're like,
velvet.
what the-
Same,
Yeah, okay,
same guy.
this,
Blue
okay,
velvet.
this is painting the picture for me now. Yeah, your mom was definitely like, I've seen more fucked up shit. This is nothing.
Yeah,
This ain't
for
nothing.
sure.
That's kind of gnarly. Well, awesome. Well, so what's some of the shit you guys got coming up?
Frankie.
So we've got a couple shows next month. We're trying to do like Jeff birthday kind of week. We're playing July 15th in Norman and then July 19th in Oklahoma City. Check the Instagram page for all that information. And I think we're trying to go to Denver in August.
Hell yeah.
I know
But
we got
play a
August
couple nights out
12th,
there. Yeah, and
the Beer City Music Hall. We're doing
Oh,
City.
fantastic! I
Oh,
need to.
sick.
Okay.
emo karaoke.
I might-
shout out.
Okay, cool. Because I've been in Beer City Music Hall to drop off gear, but I've never seen a show there.
I haven't been inside.
Have they announced that yet? Actually,
No.
Hell yeah, deep
know.
cut.
Don't know.
Any
Easter
shows in
egg.
any shows in Omaha?
Nothing yet. Nothing yet. But
Lost in Omaha.
we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll hit up The Rock or
Yeah.
whoever.
Escape from Omaha. Yeah.
Escape from Omaha.
Omaha. Starring Limp Wizurdz and The Rock.
What a fantastic! Yeah, just the right. It's just like the band with the Rock, and they're just like, we just got to get out of here. And they're like,
he could play Rod.
Rod, you had to wear the right. Just like he's just a
Sorry,
drummer.
Rod.
Yeah, I'd
You
take
missed
it.
out on the podcast, man.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic, guys. And everybody can find you just under Limp Wizurdz on all the social media bullshit.
WIZURDZ.
Nice.
We
Nice.
can't spell wizards, but we can spell limp.
That's for sure.
Been there, brother.
Yeah,
Well-
Instagram, TikTok, Spotify,
Cool,
Bandcamp, all
awesome.
that good stuff.
Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter. Jeff's
Y'all
on
got a
Twitter.
Discord yet? No, I'm just playing.
We should, shouldn't we? I don't
Get
know.
on
Is
there.
that one of the
Just
the
be-
things that
just
kids
be-
do
you guys
nowadays?
got-
You and
Yeah.
Jeff saying like, dude, I watched Garden State again. It still fucking sucks.
Garden State.
I watched
is
all
You guys got a
16 deleted
balls.
scenes.
Parlor account or anything? No parlor.
Parlor.
Is that still around?
I just saw recently MySpace deleted accidentally all their previous shit from like before 2015. So if
Yeah,
you
my-
missed it, you
my
missed
stuff's
it.
wiped.
Oh,
My
shit.
stuff is
How did
wiped.
you accidentally do that?
Yeah, right.
Whoops. Yeah.
Doesn't Timberlake own that, or he used to? I think he's in the files, man.
All right. Well, thank you guys once again for coming out.
Thanks for having us,
Been a
man.
pleasure.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Yeah, thanks for having
go
us.
check out Limp Wizurdz wherever you can find them.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.